Today, we're joined by the Managing Director of our Online Student Success Center, Sarah Gordon, who's going to discuss how our Online Student Success Center provides high-impact academic advising and student support. Thanks for chatting with me today, Sarah.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Of course, yeah. Excited to have you talk a little bit more about our new Online Student Success Center and how that all benefits students who enroll in our programs. Before we get into that topic, though, as always with all of our episodes, I was wondering if you can just share a little bit about yourself and your background to help our viewers understand more about you and who you are and how you got to where you are today. So I was wondering if you can highlight maybe a few of the significant moments that shaped who you are or led you to become the Managing Director of our Online Student Success Center.
Sure. So, I started working in higher education about 15 years ago. And like a lot of people, I just kind of fell into the profession. I don't think any of us kind of start out life like, I want to work in higher education. But my first job out of college was working in an advising center at the university I graduated from. And really, what started out as a job that was, really to pay the bills, it quickly turned into a profession that I loved and I found really fulfilling. And so then I decided that I wanted to attend graduate school to expand my knowledge, and I received my master's degree in college counseling and student development. And during that time, I was able to gain experience in housing services and retention and student engagement. After graduate school, I landed back into academic advising, which was where my heart was. And that's also when I began working for the California State University system. And so I've been working in the CSU for over 11 years now. I love being part of the CSU and the mission of providing access to quality education. At my previous CSU before I came to San Jose State, I had the opportunity to advise for a variety of majors as well as some degree completion programs and a fully online program as well. And I really enjoyed working with those students in particular and supporting them. I just always was inspired by their persistence and their motivation. And so fast forward a little bit, I found myself working at San Jose State, actually in another student success center here on campus. And when I heard about SJSU Online launching, I just knew I wanted to be a part of it. And here I am. I'm so excited to be here and to help support our students as they complete their degrees.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing your background and kind of your journey with me and with all of our viewers. So much of that resonated with me too, as someone who definitely didn't see myself working in higher ed, when I was going through the K through 12 system and going through college as a student. But here I am as well. And, similar to you, started out working there and then went to graduate school and returned. But it was really great to hear about your extensive experience starting out in academic advising and how you combine that with furthering your education, then also your extensive experience in the CSU system, leading one of our student success centers here at SJSU, but then really being passionate about increasing access to quality education and thinking about how SJSU Online can continue to propel to do that for SJSU as a whole, but also for people who are looking to complete their degrees online or who need to complete their degrees online. So thinking about that, I guess transitioning into today's topic, knowing that our programs are 100% online, I think sometimes people might perceive that as maybe like a very impersonal experience or maybe like a very distant experience. So I was wondering if you can talk a little bit about how our students will get oriented to their programs, to their community, to campus resources, things like that, so they can have a successful start as they begin their programs at SJSU Online.
Yeah, great question. So, first of all students will be enrolled into an onboarding course in Canvas. It's called SJSU Online New Student Success. Canvas is our learning management system, which is also what students are going to encounter when they're in their online classes. So, this new student success course is not grade bearing, but it's a self-paced course and it's really designed to get students comfortable navigating the online classroom before they even start classes. And it's filled with content to help our students explore their personal readiness for online learning. It helps students identify strategies for success like goal setting, staying motivated, managing their time. We'll also have information on the many support systems, academic and other, that are available at SJSU for them. We'll have some information on degree requirements and ultimately preparing them for class registration. And we'll even in the Canvas course, we'll begin to build community. Which will include discussion boards, live chat opportunities, and then really just pushing out announcements so students are aware of everything that's going on that impacts their journey. If there's events going on, anything that would be helpful for them to know. We'll also be having a live orientation opportunity, so that will be via Zoom, and students will be able to connect with us and each other, and we'll be available to answer questions as they begin their journey. So stay tuned for more information on that.
Wow, well, that sounds really just comprehensive and I think really thoughtful and intentional in terms of how you're constructing what the new student orientation will be and what the experience will be like. Really, just thinking about, like you highlighted, a lot of the essential um, skills and kind of fundamentals that people will need as they're transitioning into becoming an enrolled student and getting off to a good start. But then, yeah, the community building aspect of it, as you mentioned, getting connected to really critical campus resources and people across campus. And I think the balance too, like you mentioned, of having both the online kind of self-paced orientation that's connected to Canvas, which they'll be using regularly as students, but then also the opportunity to connect with one another in a live setting, I think really strikes a good balance for everyone as they're kind of getting situated as a new student. Transitioning into the next topic, knowing that our programs are accelerated and they're also year round, I was wondering if you can talk a little bit more about what the academic advising support will look like for SJSU Online students and how we keep them on track to graduate.
Yeah, so after orientation, each student will be assigned an online student success advisor, and they'll be reaching out to them to schedule an appointment to discuss their goals and help them prepare a personalized success plan. Their success advisor will be there to support them from every step of the way, from matriculation to graduation. And they'll be helping students with registration questions. They'll be reviewing their degree requirements, making sure they're on track for graduation, answering questions about transfer credit. We actually have a lot of advising tools for students to use themselves. So they'll also be teaching students how to use those tools, like we have a degree audit, we have what we call my planner, which helps students kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel for graduation and what they'll be doing as far as all the terms along the way. And then advisors are going to help students leverage resources and really serve as a connecting point, because again, we have so much to offer students. The advisors will be offering online workshops and events that will be related to their academic and personal success. And really, they'll be helping them identify strategies for success in general. So, the Canvas course I was talking about, that's just a foundation for students. That's just kind of like a starting point. But advisors are going to really help students dig deeper into the strategies that are specific to their goals. And so, really, again, advisors will be there every step of the way to help students navigate the challenges and really celebrating the successes too, because that's the kind of relationship we want to have with students. So we want to hear about all the good stuff as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and as you were describing that, I was just thinking, wow, there's so many different roles that the advisors will kind of take on in being the advocates and the supports for SJSU Online students. But I really like how it's been designed in such a way where we're really thinking about putting the student first, so that they have one person who is providing that support throughout their experience, rather than them having to go to 3, 4, 10, however many different people for all those individual pieces of support or resources that they might need to access during their time as a student. And I guess with that in mind too, that transitions into our final question for the day. I was wondering if you can share any examples that we have so far of maybe some different campus resources or opportunities that SJSU Online students will be able to benefit from through our Online Student Success Center.
Yeah, and I mean, kind of like what you were saying, right, Brian. The Success Center is the personal advising team for the students. So, we're really the ones that coordinate with all the departments to provide students with a really holistic advising success experience. So, besides the advising and the student success workshops programming that I spoke about, we'll be connecting students to all kinds of resources. And just to kind of name a few as an example, the Career Center, we have a counselor who can provide career counseling, resume cover letter assistance, job search strategies. It's really never too early to start working with the Career Center. So students will see us making that connection early on. There's tutoring support, including the writing center. So writing skills are important in all majors and disciplines. Our students will be required to take an upper division writing course in each of the majors. So students will be able to schedule one-on-one appointments with a writing tutor. They also offer events, workshops, and a variety of writing topics. We also have a fantastic library, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library, and they're there. The librarians are there to assist students with research, articles, databases, just really helping them get a starting point when they're beginning a research project. We have a variety of offices on campus that provide information and support to students. Financial aid and scholarship office, the bursar, the registrar, accessible education center. I mean, those are just to name a few example. But really, the bottom line is that SJSU offers a lot of resources and support for students, and that can be hard to navigate. And sometimes it's like, where do I even start when I need help? So, success advisors are there to help students navigate those resources and connect them to what they need. And so, really, students can think of the Success Center as their home base. We're a group of caring, knowledgeable advisors who are really ready to support them.
Yeah, I really like how you summarized that at the end because even as you were describing it, I mean, I think you highlighted a lot of important and essential campus resources and opportunities that we want SJSU Online students to utilize, and also to know that those are available to them as a student, and they're not just, um, only having access to online classes, but not all the other things that students who are on campus get access to. Like you highlighted, be able to access so many of those things in an online format. But even as you were describing, I just thought about how challenging that might be for someone to be able to figure out how to navigate all of those things. So I really like how you summarized it at the end there, just knowing that the Student Success Center is that home base for our students, and we want them to utilize the Student Success Center and their academic advisors as kind of the entryway to accessing all these other great resources and opportunities that are available to them while they're a student. Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Sarah, for sharing your insights with us today and really highlighting the value of SJSU Online, not just our programs, but all the other additional supports and resources that we have available to them. Thank you to our viewers for watching, as always. Please comment on this video if you have any feedback or questions or are looking for more information. You can always go to our website to get connected with one of our enrollment counselors, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.